Got my eyes straight ahead, got my head in the game. With the red light on, I'm just waiting for the change. Keep my head down low.
Hi, I'm Jay Fallon. Thanks for listening to The Slippery Slope. So, look, 2 years ago, I'd done an interview with Sal Grover. Sal Grover is the founder of an Australian app called Giggle. Now, Sal Grover previously worked, she's born in Australia. She had gone over as an adult to work in Hollywood as a screenwriter. Uh, Things didn't work out. Well, whatever happened over there. She did have a modicum of success. However, she came back to Australia and then she founded this app, Giggle. Now, Giggle is an app which is for women. It's founded, built by women, and it's an app for women. It's supposed to, I believe, provide a safe space for women. Okay, whatever. If that's what I think, Sal saw a niche in the market. Uh, And good on her. I think it's a good idea for women if that's what they want to do. And now, Sal, in the interview, Sal spoke about some of the issues that she'd been seeing within Australia. Also, some of the issues. Remember, I said she was working as a screenwriter, and she was one of her best friends was also the personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein, which was very interesting. Her perspective on that and what she'd had. So, have a listen to the interview. And I did break it down to three little sections, so it's a bit shorter. But have a listen to the full interview. Very interesting what she said. But she also alluded to this. She spoke of this court case that was happening, where a trans woman was suing her business and suing her app Giggle, suing her and her app Giggle, because the trans woman, whose name is Tickle and Giggle, wasn't allowed, had been thrown off the site. So this court case has finally, why I'm talking about it now again, is because this court case has finally come to the highest court in the land, the federal court. So I just want to have a look at what's actually happening, what the arguments are. Headline here: battle lines drawn on sex ID in trans rights lawsuits. I think this has great implications for our society in Australia as a whole. Uh, for one, I think it's one thing if someone decides that they want to have a sex operation, a sex change. Uh, I don't. Well, I mightn't agree with it. Um, we have free will. We can do what we want. I don't think it's a good thing. I think it's psychological, and I think you're suffering from a delusion. However, that is still your choice. The problem I really have is when you start trying to thrust it upon the rest of society and telling us that we must all accept your delusion and help you live in that delusion and speak to that delusion as if it is fact. The delusion's fact, but your delusion is fact, but what you're living is not. When you're trying to thrust that upon the rest of society, I think it's wrong. Anyway, so these battle lines are drawn. Arguments over who should be considered female will make a part of a landmark trans rights lawsuit in the federal court. Trans woman Roxanne Tickle is suing female-only social media platform Giggle for girls. I still think it's funny. I'd surprised I haven't seen more funny headlines about the fact that Tickle is suing Giggle. Tickle and Giggle. Giggle for precious. After having the access to the app revoked in 2021, the app and its founder, Sal Grover, illegally discriminated on the grounds of gender identity. This is what Tickle's legal team told a court hearing in Sydney. Tickle has lived as a woman since 2017. So what's that? 7 years. 7-year-old woman, including having surgery, taking hormones, and telling family and friends of her decision. This is the thing. I won't get into this. So up until this instance, everyone has treated me as a woman, Tickle said. So everyone has helped Tickle along in her delusion. This is the greater issue, is that no one, up until this point, apparently, no one else in her life has had the courage to sit down. Not Tickle's friends, not Tickle's family members. No one has had the courage to sit down and say, "Hey, Bungie, I'm afraid you're actually a man. We've got to have a serious talk about what you actually are and how you need to accept the fact that you are a man." Uh, Now, if this happens, and mate, I think this takes us into a greater thing of what I've spoken about a few times about poor parenting. You need to be able to speak the truth when it comes to your children. If you see your children making bad decisions, you can't just help them along in their delusions. You need to be able to have a serious talk and talk about them, um, and tell them the truth, the facts of life. Anyway, that's probably a different thing. But let's get back to it. So, no one in her friends or family have had a serious conversation. Apparently, they've all treated Tickle as a woman. Tickle's lawyer, Georgina Costello, said the battle lines had been drawn on whether her client was female. The evidence will show that Ms. Tickle is a woman. She perceives herself as a woman. She presents herself as a woman. That's a weird kind of argument. I perceive myself as a woman, therefore, thus I am. I perceive, thus I am. Tell me, if I perceive myself to be a billionaire, does that mean I am a billionaire? I perceive it, thus it's true. Until someone comes up and asks me for you know, a loan of a lot of exorbitant amount of money. You know, a friend comes up and says, "Hey, Jay, I hear you're a billionaire. How about throwing out a bit of a loan for $1 million?" And then Jay has to face the facts that, oh, well, factually, I just perceive myself to be a billionaire. I'm not actually a billionaire. I'm just perceiving it. I'm perceiving to be a billionaire, therefore I am a billionaire. And you must all accept me as a billionaire until it comes time to pay the bill. Then I'm no longer a billionaire. I'm just something else. Giggles barrister, Bridie Nolan, said the court was being called to determine what is a female. We say sex is biological and gender is a social construct. Ms. Nolan told the court. Nolan said the legality of sex created a situation similar to that of Schrodinger's cat, where someone can be thought of as both male and female simultaneously. I don't really agree with her assessment here. I don't think it does. I mean, I know what Schrodinger's cat was trying to say. That theory, that thought process. The Giggle app was created to give women a safe space free from patterns of male online digital violence. Ms. Grover experienced sexual violence while working as a screenwriter in Hollywood and had undergone trauma therapy. The app offered a range of ways for users to connect. Anyway, we'll go down to what Costello, who was Tickle's lawyer. Costello labeled Giggle's arguments artificial, after the fact justifications. It's funny that, isn't it strange that Costello can say this? This is all after the fact justifications, but isn't that exactly what Tickle has done? So Tickle was issued a birth certificate stating them to be a female a year after undergoing gender affirming surgery in October 2019. 2019 has only undergone surgery 5 years ago. After the fact justification, I say. Um, Look, I think this court case has great implications for Australia as a whole, socially. Uh, if you can, if you can just say that you are something, and thus everyone else has to accept you as this, what does that mean for anything, for any of us in society, for anything that anyone wants to claim? You know, like I said, I claim I'm a billionaire, thus I am a billionaire, until it comes time to pay the bill, and I sit there going, oh, maybe I'm not a billionaire. Uh, you can't help someone along in their delusion. You can't. You should not be obligated to help perpetuate a lie, to help someone along in the lie that they are telling themselves. This is a lie. I was reminded of something that Seth Gruber had posted on Insta. And he was saying that this is all theological. Uh, it all comes back to the lie of the serpent saying to Eve in the garden, ye shall be as gods. Uh, they want sex without without the God-given result of sex. They want a different gender instead of the one assigned to them. They want the choice to decide who lives and who dies, something only God gets to do. And it's because it's all theological. This is all theological. It all comes back to the lie that was by the serpent, that you should be as gods. You shall be as gods. The fact is, we can't change. You might be able to change the outside. Uh, you can change and have a bit of cosmetic surgery, but it's not going to change who you actually are at your core. It just won't. It won't help heal that lost feeling, that sense of loss, of darkness, that sense of emptiness that you have inside. The serpent said to Eve, "Ye shall be as gods," and it was a lie. You cannot choose to be a certain sex. You either are or you aren't. You are not God. And I think if this court case goes ahead, if this is found in favor of Tickle, well, then we're going to see ourselves being forced to live or to agree with other people's delusions, to live, to reaffirm, to start going around and affirming people's lies instead of being able to help people and talk to them about the truth, about reality. But this is the other problem: is people don't want to hear the truth anymore. People don't want to hear the reality. People don't want to know facts. People want to be able to live in their own delusion, in their own lie. They don't want to know the truth. And sometimes the truth is hard. Sometimes the truth hurts. But the truth will set you free. The truth does set you free. When you understand the truth, when you seek the truth, when you accept the truth, it will set you free. But if all you want to do is live in your own delusion and tell yourself that you are something that you are not actually, all it will do is destroy your heart and soul. And that's what's happening with Tickle. And all you have is all these people, all her so-called friends, and unfortunately her family, who've just helped Tickle go along with this delusion, and no one has told him the truth. I don't see anything good coming out of this either way. But like I said, this is all theological. It all comes back to the Garden of Eden. Satan, the serpent telling Eve, "Ye shall be as gods." Anyway, that's just my opinion. Thank you for listening to The Slippery Slope.
They just fuel a desire that will take me higher. I'm on fire because nothing's gonna bring me down. Nothing's gonna bring me down. Nothing's gonna stop me now. No more deals to be done. No more selling out my soul just to focus on the goal. Nothing's gonna stop me now. Nothing's gonna hold me down. Got my eye on the prize. Got my eye on the